Hey, this is Henry Grullon, known as Henry Live, the investigative reporter here out of New York City. Together here with Team Live, Edwin Duterte, and reporting live, Mayor Deblasio's project, together with other community leaders taunting President Donald J. Trump outside of the president's residency in Fifth Avenue here in Midtown Manhattan, outside of Trump Tower. Here you can see they painted in large yellow letters about a block long, Black Lives Matter, to taunt him. This just creates more tension right now, and as much tension we have in this country.
Deblasio has commissioned a public art in front of the Trump and it's big yellow letters saying Black Lives Matter. Henry Grullon, how are you today?
Hey Edwin, how are you? Henry Grullon, reporting live, investigative reporter here in New York City. And once again, we're back here with another controversy. Mayor de Blasio was here a little while ago, and I did not make it on time to see him, but he was with his brush with a lot of city officials. And I'll show you quick to everybody exactly what we're talking about. Right behind me, as you can see, the big letters, Black Lives Matter, takes up about a whole block on Fifth Avenue, which is about, from 57th to 56th Street. And if you can see it, everybody, it's a big sign right outside Trump Tower, which is the residency where the president used to live before becoming president. And this is the main residence here in New York, and he moved to Florida, as everybody knows.
And how are people accepting of the public art mural? Are they excited? Are they upset? What's the general feeling with the people around the mural now?
It looks like the atmosphere, everybody's pretty much, I would say over 90% or 95% of them are happy. A lot of them they playing music a little while ago. They're like at a party, and I heard some of them saying that they were claiming, that this is the best thing to happen to New York.
Oh, okay. And are there any counter protests or counter demonstrations from people who are supporting the Trump administration?
Not at all. Not one.
Not at all?
I don't see any protests whatsoever. Yeah.
Okay, and so in terms of the people that are there, are they mostly, obviously it sounds like they are very pro Black Lives Matter, but are there any official Black Lives Matter officials? Is there anybody that are still remaining from the Black Lives Matter organization?
Not at all. Not at all. Earlier,
as well as in the state. What should they be doing to relieve the tensions or at least improve the situation before it gets any worse?
Thank you for that question. I've dealt with a lot of local leaders here, even though I am a conservative, and I still try to work with the Democrats. My worry and my message for the Democratic leaders, in particular, what they did a little while ago, 2 weeks ago, when they voted on defunding NYPD by $1.5 billion. I spoke to one of the city councils, which I'm not going to name at this point, at the moment, and he's a friend of mine for many years, and I've actually questioned him and said the night before the vote, why are you doing this? You're voting to defund the police. They already stripped the anti-crime unit. The city is right now in a crisis where you have gun violence, you have shootings that have gone up in record numbers, between 200 to 400% compared to last year in 2019. And he didn't give me an answer. And this is what the leaders are doing. They voted for this. They still want to continue doing more to defund them. The morale is horrible. Over 900 officers have filed for retirement. There is no NYPD academy class. What do you think is going to happen to the city? It's going to look like back in the 70s before Giuliani took over, and when we had the city looking like Fort Apache, like the movie. And it was really true. It was like that. As when I was a child, I remember that.
Right. And in your area, there's a lot of Dominican Republicans and Puerto Ricans and so forth. What's their sentiment? And I know you're Spanish speaking, and your community wants to hear things in Spanish. what would you tell your DR community and the Puerto Rican community and the Spanish community?
Well, I'll say it. I'll start in English first, and I'll maybe say a few words in Spanish. In English, I would like to say that there are people that are Hispanic, Latino like me, conservative, that are very worried. I spoke to many people. They want the best for the country, and they need to step up. This is the chance that we just had in my own culture. The Dominican Republic just had this past Sunday. They had elections, and they voted in a new party and a new presidential candidate that's now presidential elect. And my country, my home country, is going through a lot of issues. I asked Dominicans, Latinos, and all that if you are what you say you are, a conservative, this is the time for you to get active, and this is the time to know that November is going to be an election where you can make a lot happen. And I'm going to say it in Spanish, and excuse me for everybody that's in English. En español, me llamo Henry Rullón y quiero darles saber que lo que está pasando con los hispanos conservadores, este es el momento que ustedes tienen que luchar y votar de verdad. Este no es el momento que lo que hicieron. Ustedes los hispanos votaron por muchos demócratas. Ustedes no saben quién son ustedes. Este no es el momento para esto. El país está pasando por uno fuerte. And going back to English, so, we need to get straight. The Latino vote's supposed to be one of the biggest votes for 2020. Florida is going to be a key state for any president to win. And that's one that I have to say. You out there in California, you can tell me, Edwin, how you feel about the Latino vote and the Asian vote, too, which is pretty strong in your area, too, right?
Right. Yeah. The whole minority vote. And I think it all boils down to maybe two different issues: safety and law and order. Are we going to be safe enough to open up? And do we believe in the local officials to keep us safe? And I think that the current movement to defund the police is making it very worrisome. At least in our community, a lot of us are scared to walk to the store, not only because of the COVID, but because of the safety and the violence, the potential violence. What are you guys doing to deal with the violence in your area?
Riots in the streets.
In my area, I think the NYPD has to get a lot of credit still. I'm seeing a lot of lawlessness. I see people that were doing stuff now that they weren't doing this a year ago. I think they're trying, but I think it's a breakdown. I've seen in my own area that I don't see police presence, and that's worrisome. And there are pockets of areas that are very dangerous, high crime, and I don't see it. I'm worried. I don't think that the city is going to be able to survive. Like what they say, we won't survive with Mayor Deblasio being the mayor, and which they fought for his resignation. There's